Mark Eldridge, the director of the American Anglican Council's Anglican Revitalization Ministries, and I want to bring you greetings from the whole AAC team here on this New Year's Eve 2024. No doubt if you're watching this video, you're a regular reader of our weekly newsletters, you're a beneficiary of the many resources that we offer the wider church, and I'm sure many of you are also financial supporters of the AAC, for which we're thankful for all of that participation. And to you, I want to give you in this short video a brief recap of where we've been in 2024 and where God's leading us in 2025. I would imagine many of you know the mission of the American Anglican Council, which is that we exist to build up and defend Great Commission Anglicanism, both at home and abroad, through three primary strategies: developing faithful leaders, equipping local churches, and always reforming the church. And by God's grace in 2024, we've seen success in all three of those strategic areas. In developing faithful leaders, among other things, we saw an expansion of our clergy care group ministry and program, where we have hundreds of Anglican clergy that are meeting weekly in these care groups, where they're getting the kind of support they need to help them to lead healthy congregations. And then in terms of equipping local churches, the work of American Anglican Councils and Revive, Renew, and Reframe has also expanded, where we're seeing more and more churches receiving the principles and strategies and the coaching and support they need to see their churches thrive in these trying times that we find ourselves in. And then finally, in the always reforming area, we saw great success in 2024, particularly back in Cairo in June, where we were able to see the Cairo covenant be established within the global South, which, as Canon Phil likes to say, we were able to get the ball over the goal line on that important work that we've spent years on, that he particularly has spent years on for the AAC. And so there's much more I could say, but for time, I want to just kind of highlight those things. But you're also probably aware of the fact that in the fall, we were thrown a curveball when Canon Phil was elected to be the next bishop of the Diocese of Western Anglicans. And so now Bishop-elect Ashley is in transition from being our president and CEO to becoming the bishop of that diocese. And that's where we find ourselves as we end 2024 and we move into 2025 is in a transitional season. And so although the board has a search committee that's put together that's in process to identify the next CEO who's going to lead the AAC for years to come, that's not yet abundantly clear who that's going to be. But what I want you to hear on this day, on New Year's Eve 2024, is that what's very clear in 2025 is the mission and ministry of the AAC. We're going to continue to build up and defend Great Commission Anglicans through those three very important strategic areas. We're more and more through our strategic planning process thinking of those three strategic areas in the language of healthy leaders, healthy churches, and healthy governance. All three of which are essential to a thriving Anglican church in North America and a global Anglican communion. So we're excited about what God's going to do with us through the AAC in 2025 and beyond. And one of the things that's exciting to us is if you haven't seen the letter from Archbishop Wood that was sent out in his asking for people to support financially the AAC, what was in that letter was a clear word from him about his direction for the province, which is really focused on healthy leaders and healthy churches. And of course, since the AAC is already two of our three strategic focuses are on healthy churches and healthy leaders. And so we're very much aligned with where he wants to lead the province in the next 5 years and beyond. So it's just exciting. We feel in many ways we're just getting started in all that God has for us. And I can't imagine anything more important to give our lives to than healthy churches, healthy leaders, and healthy governance so that there's a healthy church. And let me just close by saying this. As a supporter of the AAC, we just want to ask for three things as we go into 2025. First of all, sincerely, we want you to pray for us because we're in the season of transition. Would you pray that God clearly identifies the next CEO who will help lead the organization from strength to strength in these three important areas. And then also continue to participate and benefit from the resources we have to offer. Utilize them for your local church, and as a local church leader, benefit from these things. That's why we exist, to serve you. And then finally, of course, we'd ask you to continue to give financially to the AAC. As there's still time left in today and New Year's Eve. If you haven't given a gift in 2024, we encourage you to, on this email, you can click donate or go to AmericanAnglican.org and click on donate. But a gift even today would help us end the year even stronger financially. In addition, obviously, as we go into 2025, if you would consider being a regular donor to the AAC so we can, again, go from strength to strength. Well, may God bless you and give you not only a happy, but a very fruitful 2025. God bless.